Liverpool's coach Arne Slot has matched a special record, and they could go on to win the 2024-25 Premier League title. Slot has started life well at Liverpool and has shown that Liverpool will continue to be a force to reckon with. The coach has helped his side to a crushing 3-0 win over their rivals Manchester United. Although the season is still young and the question is, will Slot be able to maintain the standards he has set for Liverpool early in the season? Or will he lose steam? Who is Arne Slot? After former Liverpool coach Jurgen Klopp announced his retirement, the race began for Liverpool to sign a new coach. They explored the possibility of bringing Xabi Alonso back to Anfield and looked at both Ruben Amorim, who has been brilliant for Sporting CP, and Roberto de Zerbi. However, rather than go for any of them, Liverpool chose Arne Slot, and for many who aren't familiar with the Dutch league, the question was, who is Arne Slot? So, picture Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp's philosophy, and you get Arne Slot. You'll see what we mean soon when we get into details of how Slot sets up his team. Slot isn't a big name in football. Unlike Jurgen Klopp, who had won the Bundesliga in emphatic fashion and led Dortmund to a Champions League final before arriving at Liverpool, Slot is still crafting his own pedigree. This doesn't mean he is a novice in the sport. Slot is a big name in the Dutch league. The thorn in the side of Dutch league giants Ajax and PSV Eindhoven. The coach was part of the coaching staff that led Cambuur to beating Ajax in the KNVB Cup quarterfinals in 2016. After that win over Ajax, Slot was offered the role of assistant manager of AZ Alkmaar. Slot got that role and had the chance to show what he could do when AZ Alkmaar sacked their coach, and he took over as the head coach for the 2019-20 season. Slot then ripped up how AZ Alkmaar played to introduce a breathtaking style of football that saw AZ go on a run that helped them get 19 points in 8 games, something that had never been done before in the history of the club. AZ even challenged Ajax for the title that season, but the COVID-19 pandemic didn't allow fans to see if AZ would win the league or not. Despite that disappointment for Slot, he had successfully auditioned himself for the third best club in the Dutch league, Feyenoord. Feyenoord offered Slot a job, and he took it much to the anger of AZ, who sacked Slot in the middle of the 2020-21 season. Slot became Feyenoord's coach for the 2021-22 season. Feyenoord lost their highest goalscorer, Steven Berghuis, to Ajax. They signed new players, but Slot had a nature that is highly underrated, and we'll share this later in the video. Slot brought the new signings up to speed and led Feyenoord to a dominating footballing display both in the league and the Europa Conference League. Slot's success for Feyenoord earned him praise and trouble. Clubs from all over Europe came to pick his ruthless team apart. Slot rebuilt his team for the 2022-23 season and won it emphatically. Slot didn't win the league in the 2023-24 season, but he did lead Feyenoord to winning the KNVB Cup. So Slot hasn't dominated in Europe like Klopp, or played in one of the top 5 leagues before Liverpool hired him, but as you can see, Slot isn't a nobody. He is a champion in his own right. Still, why did Liverpool hire him and trust him with a team as big as theirs? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Why Slot? The reason for this is Jurgen Klopp. When Liverpool hired Klopp on Thursday, 8th October 2015, he brought life to a team that had lost their heritage. Klopp got Anfield roaring again with his electric gegenpressing football, which caused and thrived on chaos. Liverpool went full throttle from the minute the referee blew the whistle till the end of the match. They were relentless, they were ruthless, but most importantly, they were all-out entertainment. While Klopp adjusted the team's style by adding players to control games, Liverpool's core strategy of heavy pressing remained the same, leading to their decision to replace Klopp with Slot. True, Slot has some big shoes to fill. Klopp won a Premier League title, a Champions League trophy, an FA Cup, 2 EFL Cups, the Community Shield, a UEFA Super Cup, and a FIFA Club World Cup. He has led Liverpool to compete with Pep Guardiola's City, who are arguably making their name as one of the greatest Premier League sides in history. However, if any coach can give Liverpool fans the same type of vibe Klopp gave them, it will be Slot. Slot has a style that is like Jurgen Klopp's. Okay, not exactly like Klopp's. Slot's style is a mix of Klopp and Guardiola. So, how does that work? Klopp and Guardiola have 2 different philosophies. Klopp calls his style heavy metal football. For Klopp, it is about pressing and forcing opponents to make mistakes. Guardiola favoured absolute control and denying opponents the use of the ball. Slot is both as he controls and also tries to cause chaos. As fans have seen in the league, Slot likes to play a 4-2-3-1. Liverpool fans would be familiar with this formation as it was what Klopp used in his earlier days of being Liverpool's head coach. At Feyenoord and now at Liverpool, Slot presses in a 4-4-2 shape, with the attacking midfielder behind the striker pressing along with the striker. In Liverpool's case, Jota and Dominic Szoboszlai lead the press, and the two chosen double pivots, Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister, are also ready to join in, just like in the Manchester United match. Against United, to force mistakes from United, Liverpool relied on the high energy and intensity of their midfielders, who each ran over 11 kilometres, with Szoboszlai topping the sprint stats. Slot isn't as wild with his pressing like Klopp and thinks of a scenario where his forward players don't win the ball back. When they don't, the formation switches to 6-3-1 if pressing doesn't work out. This kind of approach will suit Slot in the Premier League, where teams have developed an appetite for trying to retain the ball as much as possible. So as fans have seen in the Liverpool game against United, the forward players would track back to help the defence. The forwards don't just track back, they duel too. Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah have shown a hard tackling side, and the same goes for Cody Gakpo and Darwin Núñez, who also occupy the forward spaces for United. So what happens when other teams press Liverpool? Still, using the 4-2-3-1 formation, Slot has developed means to ease Liverpool from falling to the opponent's press. Slot ensures that his teams are compact. The double pivot stays close to the defenders, and the full-backs also invert to provide numbers in the middle that can help Liverpool overwhelm opponents and beat their press. Trent is an expert in inverting into the midfield, and while his stint as a midfielder in the Euro was a step from being disastrous, Trent in the midfield helps Liverpool to be technically secure. Liverpool are already adapting to Slot's style, though the changes are subtle. Over time, the team will become less direct, focusing on short passes and compact play to maintain possession. At Feyenoord, Slot's teams rarely used long balls or diagonal switches, a trend that is beginning to show at Liverpool as well. Liverpool's possession under Slot isn't just to hold the ball, but to find areas where they can inflict the most damage. Szoboszlai is key in chance creation, while wingers like Diaz and Salah are encouraged to be fearless when they get the ball. Diaz has completed 58% of his dribbles and Salah 50% in just 3 matches, and these numbers are expected to rise. Slot's teaching ability, honed in the Dutch league, is helping him connect with the squad, which could be a factor in Liverpool's potential Premier League success. Will Slot succeed? Slot has made his mark on the squad and has gotten his reward with 3 victories without conceding a goal. Achieving this has allowed Slot to match the record with the self-proclaimed special one, Jose Mourinho. That achievement will only help Slot connect with the fans even more, something he most definitely needs. Liverpool fans are like the 12th player when they get behind their team and they create an intimidating environment for rival fans. However, for Slot to succeed, he needs more than just fan support, but the backing of the club. Liverpool only bought 1 player in the recently concluded 24-25 summer transfer window. Are the club backing Slot enough? The position they got Italian forward Federico Chiesa for is not even the position they need a player the most. For Slot's system to work fully, he needs a technically secure holding midfielder. After chasing and failing to land the signature of holding midfielder Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad, Liverpool decided not to go for an alternative, but rather chose to rely on the double pivot of Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister. Will this work throughout the season, or will Liverpool be in the market for a holding midfielder in January? Slot has shown that he can adapt to the demands of the game and has had the best possible start to the Premier League. Can he sustain this form till the end of the season and win the Premier League? Let us know what you think. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Football Pit for more exciting football action.